Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house, and today I'm in the house with this bad boy over here. I have the Vero Engineering Axon for a review, and we're gonna analyze the look and the sound and the feel of this bad boy. But first of all, let me say a huge thank you to my buddy Liam for letting me handle this knife and to be able to share it with you. And then if you want, you can also like the video and subscribe to the channel. That's if you like this stuff that I'm bringing to you. So let's check this guy out. Overall length of this bad boy is gonna be 8 inches with a 3.25 inch long cutting edge and 4.5 inch long handle, which translates into 20 centimeters, maybe 8.2 centimeters, and this is kind of like 11.5 with the overall length. And we can check it out up against some options that you might be familiar with. In fact, here we've got Ontario Rat number 1 and Ontario Rat number 2, and this guy is right in between these two options, which is always a good thing when we start like that. I like the in-between options. And this is the Benchmade bag out. If you are familiar with Benchmade, you know that they are also doing a mini bag out, which is this little guy over here, and the Axon, yeah, it's bigger than both. And that's also like a pretty common scenario, because the Benchmade are not that big, and this is the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. So another popular options, here it's the Para 3, and you can see that the Axon is kind of like in between also the Spyderco offerings. And if you know, next up is gonna be Chris Rift knives. That's a large Sebenza 21. Fantastic knife, guys. And it's bigger than that because, yeah, this is a 3.6 inch long cutting edge, and this is the small brother of this guy. That's the small Sebenza 21. Also Chris Rift knives, of course. Let me show you just another couple option of bad boys-ness. Here is the Custom Knife Factory Snafu 2.0. And this is the Custom Knife Factory Evo 2.0. And you can appreciate how the Axon stands in between these two guys. It's kind of like the same size as the Rotten Design up there, and just last two guys, just because I'm actually in love with these two bad boys. Here is the Shirogorov Custom Division F3NS in all its essence, and here you have the Shirogorov Custom Division Neon NL in all its essence, and you have an idea of the size of this guy right over here. So I mean, it's a very cool size. This is a liner lock made by Vero Engineering. The price, it depends on the secondary market, can be up there, but I would say like in the $400 range, $350, $450, depends on the condition of the time of the market. It really depends. This guy is made in China. I think it's made by Best Tech. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below. It has a very, very cool design when closed. I mean, come on, guys. This is a pretty cool design. You've got micarta scales. You've got some nice chamfering going on. Like you see, it's like chamfered down like that. It reminds me a little bit of these chamfers here. You see, like it's not, I mean, the same, but for sure the Synapse is more resembling this guy because maybe of the bolsters, but still there's like a trend, there's like a common motif going on the scales in this kind of chamfers, which I really appreciate. It's a nice one. Micarta scales. You've got titanium liners, you've got a very interesting design, like look at this huge finger groove, which is allocating 2 of your fingers. That's really neat. You've got a little bit of internal chamfering. There is no skeletonization going on for the scales, but there is for the liner. So they reduce the weight in doing that, and that's just fantastic. Of course, you've got some nice titanium standoff. It's like full length standoff, sorry, backspacer, and this is stone washed, and it's very, very nicely done up to the heel of the blade. The handle. I don't know what is going on with me today. I'm just mixing words. I might need some more coffee, but the blade is absolutely dead center, and it's safely protected and recessed, so you're not going to be able to snag your fingers on the tip of the blade. The overall look is really cool. When open, it's I think I find harmony. Like the blade shape is quite unique, and combined with the handle shape, it's creating a very, very pleasant and balanced look. This guy, it's a front flipper. You can easily front flip it like that. You can do thumb opening, or you can do a spidey flick opening, because you've got two cutouts over here, and because you have the jimping going on over here and just sticking out a little bit more like that. So you have some options to deploy this bad boy. You've got a like closed pivot, and you've gonna need a T8 Torx bit screw set to take this guy down, and the two handle screws, which are protruding a little bit. You see, they're just not completely flush. They're domed, so not obnoxious or like obtrusive in any ways, but you can still feel them. They're not like completely flush. Super easy to disassemble. You've got a stainless steel lock face insert over here, which is going to reduce the lock stick, because you have titanium liners and steel blade. So keep that in mind. That's a really, really cool thing. Also, you've got a very cool detent ball ramp over here, which is going to eliminate any hard step, and it's going to create a very pleasant transition when the detent ball hits the tang of the blade and just goes up there. So really, really cool. Titanium tip-up carry only pocket clip. It's stone washed. You got the Vero logo right over there, and it's, I would say, yeah, this much deep carry in your pocket, so very good. You cannot mount it on this side, or you cannot do tip down carry in any ways, because there's no way you're gonna be able to do it. Then you've got this pretty cool blade length. This is kind of like a ship's foot Warncliffe, like very, very steep here. Nice jimping going on. It's useful for the front flipping action. It's not that aggressive. It's a little bit recessed, so but it's still, you can take advantage of that. And then you have like this very interesting sorry, like chamfer going on over here, which is like transforming itself into a swedge over here. And I really love, look at this intersection here. That's a very complex thing to do, and it's absolutely symmetrical. So really, really good job, swedge going on. And then there's no chamfers, no swedge, nothing, no crowning. And then you've got this edge over here reaching the sharpening choil. It's not really a finger choil, I wouldn't do that, but it's going to be easy to sharpen, and you got a nice plunge grind, and you have a flat, like almost full flat grind. There's some flats actually here. You can see the belt, grind belt lines going in the vertical direction, a little bit at an angle, and you have like this flats going on the opposite side, so perpendicular, and the swedge also continues the, as you can see, the primary bevel. So very, very cool finish for the blade. You've got this kind of like maybe vapor blast in like this cutout for the spidey flick. It's kind of like a big nail nick, let's say, but you can also do like spidey flick like that, or thumb flick, like as I just show you. So it's very cool and sterile looking blade. You've got just the logo right over here, and of course in the pocket clip, which is probably not my favorite option, but yeah, not a biggie. Let's just quickly check the stock thickness on this guy right over here. We've got 0.1395 stock thickness, and just check it right over here is going to be, let me see a little bit right there, 0.023 inches. So it's, I mean, it's thin behind the edge. This is a pretty good slicer, I have to say. Also, what I really like, it's the cluck, the deep cluck sound, and also like when you close it, ding, it's a dampened and not percussive and not resounding clunk. But when you open it, cluck, clunk, cluck, clunk. This cluck is just fantastic. It's deep, it's pleasant, it's a very, very good noise, very good acoustics on this little fella over here. That's pleasant, guys. Come on, let's be honest. And let's quickly check the weight, because the weight is pretty much contained for the skeletonization, the use of micarta. It's going to be 3.72 ounces. So yeah, good job. Not too crazy for something like this. It's very, very good. If you squeeze the handle, at least if I squeeze the handle, I'm going to feel a little bit of hot spot from the clip. In this point over here, it's going to dig a little bit in the flesh, so because the clip ramp, it's a little bit steep, as you can see, but that's the only spot that I'm gonna kind of like complain about. And maybe I would have preferred a little bit more clearance here for my thumb to disengage the lock bar, because I have to just jam and angle my thumb like that, which probably I think that the more like normal movement would be to do this, but here you can't really do. There's no jumping going on. It's just a little bit narrower. You see, they milled out this area, which I would have preferred like to have a little bit more room so your thumb just can easily go to disengage the lock bar. But it's not a big deal. I mean, you can still do it. Of course, nice jimping is going on over here, and that's it. There's no jimping elsewhere, but this is going to be useful from flipping as well, so that's pretty cool. Fit and finish also is nice, like nicely flush. I have to say, it's a very, very pleasant surprise to see this kind of work. Maybe the backspacer here is not like 100%, is sticking out a little bit, but it's okay. I mean, for the price tag, we cannot complain about this one. Also, it's not that slippery because, of course, the micarta is adding that grippiness to the handle, so that's very, very good. You've got some nice clip retention, so this guy is going to be in and out of the pocket really easily because of the generous clip ramp at the entrance. There is no lock stick whatsoever because, of course, you've got the stainless steel lock face insert, and it's very, very pleasant to deploy, and it's not going to create any finger soreness because there's no sharp areas. This is nicely chamfered, so you can do, you know, thumb, spidey. It's going to be pretty much good to go. This guy is running on bearings, of course. Detent is medium, has a medium strength. It's very, very pleasant and just flies open when you do that. So that's perfectly dialed in. I mean, overall, this is a very, very cool looking knife with a cool sound. Has a good feel. There's a little bit of a hot spot here, maybe a little bit more clearance for that. But I really am in love with this blade shape lately. I'm in love with Warncliffes, with the sheep's foot. I don't know what is going on, but I just happy to like this one from the look, from the sound, and from the feel. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned.